Good morning. Right, today was supposed to be start the Mercedes day. The Mercedes here, engine there, engine hoist borrowed from Keenan's granddad. So we were supposed to do that, but because of what happened with the Zafira, which is now scrapped by the way, head gasket went on it when we were out, as you see in a previous video. I had to rush out and buy something. So on Bank Holiday Monday we went out and I bought this. It is a Cooper S, Mini Cooper, 1.6 engine, not too bad, 2010 plate. It was filthy dirty, stuck under a tree, hadn't been started for ages. The guy thought he was having me over because it had a broken spring, which he never told me about. It had some warning lights on the dash he didn't mention. They were actually not the actual engine management light wasn't on, but it has some reduced engine power light on the dash. It was covered by the flat tire indicator. And he also failed to say that when it warms up, it's a smoker, so it's burning oil. Well, anyway, he had it advertised as a Cooper 1.4. He didn't even know that it was a Cooper S. They're worth a lot more money than a standard Cooper, and I paid money, Cooper money. So I had it off him anyway, got it back, decided I would just change the spring. Went to get the wheel off. The locking wheel nut key is destroyed. I tried it on there, it wouldn't work. So I didn't have much luck, so I couldn't get that off. So I've had to drive it for nearly a week now with a broken spring, balancing, clunking and just going really careful over bumps, hoping that it won't fall off. But today I took the grinder to it and I used, what did I use? I used one of these. It's threaded inside, backwards thread, it's tapered so it gets tighter, and I had to grind off the little collar around the top of the nut so that this would go on, but eventually it did go on and the gun undid it. But the reason that the key was damaged is because someone had done the wheel nuts up so tight, with even including the locking one, and it's just, I don't know if you can see that, look, it's absolutely wrecked in there, and that was undoing nothing. So I've managed to get the front one off, which is the important one. The key did work briefly on the rear one. So I've got the one off of here, and the one I grinded as well, but I've still got two on that side, and this won't touch them. So it looks like they're going to have to be grinded as well. So that's where we're at. I wanted to get on with the Mercedes engine, but it looks like I've got to change the spring on the Mini first. Yeah, so I managed to get two of them off, and we've got two on this side still on. And what's the problem is that this has got a small collar around the outside, so when you put the thing over it to reverse wind it on, it hits the collar and spins the collar. So what we did on the other side was I used the grinder and I cut down the side there and broke the collar, and then we wound the backward thread thing over this piece, and that eventually undid it. So that'll be my challenge to do on this side, both wheels. But that's not the priority right this minute, because the spring needs changing on the other side, and that was the main problem, getting that off. But now now I can get that wheel off, I can do the spring. So that's what we're going to attempt next. Right, so what I did was, I didn't buy a brand new spring. I bought a second hand. Let's just get this out of here. I bought this. I'm going to put this on instead because it's a complete one. That will solve the job. That'll be easier because I don't have a spring compressor. So if I just bought a new spring, I would have had to go and buy a spring compressor as well. I just need to get this up and running properly so that it's usable, so that I can get on with this car. I need to get this one back on the road. Okay then, so I've got the wheel off. This is, just moved these pipes out the way to have WD-40'd the nuts. There's the broken spring up there, absolutely destroyed. And there's my new one that's going on it. This should be good. That'll be alright, I think. Just got to get it off. Just got to undo this one down here and then whack it off. These ones up here and a stabilizer bar there. Should bring it all off. Right, there we go then. Got that one out from over the back there. Put that down there for later. Got this one out. That's the stabilizer bar from in there. So now it should just be knock the wheel hub down out of the shock absorber and then undo the 3 up top to extract it. It's just them 3 up there. So that actually didn't go too badly. That just tapped off of there. Not okay. Now that bit there just needs to be undone at the top, and then we can get all that gubbins off and fit me brand new second-hand one. There it is, off. And what's left of it over here. Let's just make sure they're the same. And they are. Beautiful job there. That one looks more rusty than my one, but my one's got a broken spring. So, as long as all this is the same size, which seems to be the case. Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's good. Right, so that's it. Spring on, wheel back on. Looks a bit high at the minute, but I think that's just because it's been jacked up. I hope the other side's alright, because the other side looked lower than that. But yeah, I think I'll just quickly test drive it now to make sure it's okay. Right, been on a test drive. Everything was cushy. It drove lovely. There was a light bulb out, so I've changed that light bulb. Other than that, I think we are done, and we are going to start the Mercedes. Now that mini suspension is sorted out, we are making a start on the Mercedes. I reckon we'll only get it prepped, ready to start work on it in the morning, because the day's running out now and we're going out later. So young Harvey here is taking out the taking the wheels off, getting the front end jacked up, and they don't want to come off. Right, okay, wheel off, other wheels off. We're up on 2 jacks. We're going to get this up onto axle stands next, I think. Yeah, we'll get it up on the axle stands. Right,